This is the Red Pill Reich. Okay, today I'm going to talk about some of the problems I have with MGTOW. First of all, if a man on his own volition decides to become MGTOW or become a bachelor, which is essentially what MGTOWs are, I have no problem with that. I went my own way long before MGTOW even existed. I was traveling the world and I was a bachelor long ago. However, you got guys out here trying to get young men who maybe never had any experience with women to go MGTOW. And I think that's wrong. You know, tell them don't have anything to do with women. Or they even have an opportunity to experience anything on their own. Another point is, and other people brought this up, MGTOW, some would say it's was orchestrated by the Jew. Now, I can't say whether it was or not. I don't know. And I try to avoid the conspiracy theories. The title of this video was done sort of tongue-in-cheek, but I thought it would have a little bit of shock value, so I used that. However, the end result is going to help the agenda of all non-whites, because it's going to be the end conclusion of this MGTOW is going to be lowering of the population numbers of white people. Of course, I'm a white nationalist, so I don't think that's a good thing. And you know, it's not going to affect the non-whites. Even if all the non-whites in America, blacks, Latinos, go MGTOW, you got entire continents that are full of their race. In Africa, you got sub-Saharan Africa full of countries with blacks. These countries are never going to go MGTOW. Okay? Then why would they? They don't have feminism destroying their countries, and they never will. Okay? In Africa, you can rape bitches. Rape is endemic in that country. Okay? In Latin America, you got several countries that are Latinos. So even if all the Latinos and blacks in the United States go MGTOW, and they never have kids, well, that's not going to affect their numbers, because they got countries and nations and entire continents full of their race that are never going to go MGTOW. Look, Latinos and blacks are never going to go MGTOW. I live in Latin America now, and I've been here a while. You're not going to tell me anything I don't know about Latin America. Okay? And this whole nonsense, well, feminism is encroaching upon Latin America and all these. No, it's not. Yeah, they may have their parades every now and then where they do a fucking march for feminists, just like gays. These countries are macho countries. Okay, in Africa, you can rape a woman. Look, any African-American guy that's tired of American women, go to Africa. You can rape bitches over there, and nobody's going to do shit about it. Okay? It's endemic. They don't enforce any laws over there. There's no, whatever feminism marches and shit they try to do is a fucking joke. It's a joke. So, those countries don't have to go MGTOW because these guys can do what the fuck they want. Why would they? It's stupid. So, it's only going to affect, MGTOW is only really going to affect white people. Okay, and white numbers within white nations. That's it. This is the only countries where you actually have a problem with feminism. White nations. Okay? So, MGTOW, whether the Jews orchestrated MGTOW or not, it's not good for white people. Okay? Again, if a man on his own volition decides to become a bachelor, I have no problem with that. And another thing, okay, now, Turd Flinging Monkey, he talks about how all you have to do is take women's rights away from them, and you will have solved the problems that we face on everything. Now look, a lot of the tenets of MGTOW and the manosphere, when it comes to men's rights and how they get treated like shit in the courtrooms and get the shaft, I agree with. I agree with a lot of those tenets. But look, Turd Flinging Monkey's solution is not going to work on all areas. It'll work controlling women. It'll work perhaps once we have the majority vote, white people, because you've eliminated women. White men will now have the majority vote. So that's good for whites. And we may be able to put into place some new rules that curbs down the immigration. It might help that. it does not solve the problem. What do you do? What do we do with the ones living here now, the non-whites in our country? It doesn't solve that problem. All right. Also, a lot of men from all races seem to be coming together under MGTOW, and a lot of them are saying they would also like to take women's rights away from them. But when they say this, but when they actually logically think the conclusion of that, the logical conclusion of this is, that means whites are now, once white women don't have the vote anymore, white men are going to have the majority vote. And that probably won't be too good for them, because then they know, oh, and they know this. Because once whites have the vote, well, that's not going to be good for them, because then whites can say, hey, we need to do something about these minorities. And they know this, you know. And so they're not going to want that to happen. So more than likely, they're not going to allow it to happen. Meaning, they say they want to take women's rights away from them now, but when the time comes, more than likely, they're not going to do it. But even if they did, and we took women's rights away, once white men started saying, we're going to get rid of these other races, there's going to be conflict. They're not just going to get up and say, oh, the whites don't want us here, we better leave. No, they're going to be conflict. Okay? So that solution is not going to work. Turd flinging monkey solution is not going to work. Okay? And there's going to be conflict. And now, and a lot of you guys that are MGTOW say, well, fuck it, let society collapse. All right. Yeah, you're going to let society collapse. When that happens, the orcs are going to be unleashed upon the earth. The orcs as in the non-whites. All right? As they're ravaging the countryside, you MGTOW guys think you're going to be safe in your little MGTOW monk monasteries over there? Okay? You think they're going to come upon your gates and say, oh, this is where the MGTOW monks live. We'll leave them alone. They're good guys. No. You guys are going to die a very excruciatingly painful death because they think Whitey has been oppressing them for all these years. Alright? It's not going to be good for you. And a lot of you MGTOW motherfuckers are weak son of a bitches. So you're going to be easy prey for these fuckers. Okay? So it's ridiculous. This is not a solution. There's going to be conflict. Turd flinging monkey's solution sounds good, but it's not going to work. And just letting civilization collapse, fine, then you die. Great. Now, there is a solution, and white nationalists have had this solution for a long time. It's ethno-states. And even some non-whites have actually given lip service to this. There's even black nationalists and other groups saying this. And that's all great. We can all come together in this. However, when the time comes for us to split up into different ethno-states, I really have a hard time believing that these other groups are really going to want to do that. Because they know the end result. You know, see, they kind of have a love-hate relationship with the white man. They hate us, yet they know they're not going to have the same quality of life without us. And once the time comes for them to separate, they know it's pretty much going to be back to the jungle mud hut for them. So more than likely, it's not going to happen for on their end, you know. But this is the only. So there's going to be conflict. But the best solution is separation. And now, another problem I have with the MGTOW is they give half truths. Like they'll say something like, "Men created civilization." This is true, and they'll say, "But it's not a full truth." And they'll say, "Well, women are less intelligent and less logical than men." This is true, but see, again, if you're going to be MGTOW, if you're going to be, red pill, it's got to be across the board, people. That's another point. Red pill has to be across the board, not just when it comes to. See, most of you guys out here want to use red pill just dealing with women and gender. Red pill is everything. Okay, it has to be across the board, and the racial red pill is far more pertinent and important than the fucking gender. You know, as Turd Flinging Monkey says, gender's easy. Just take the women's fucking rights away. What are they going to do? Kick your ass? But the racial red pill is far more important. Okay? So again, red pill has to be across the board. And these half-truths that these MGTOW guys give, if you're going to be red pill about it, you'd have to say it like this. White men created civilization and Asian men created civilization. When I say Asian, that also includes some Native Americans, because they had some civilizations, and they clustered genetically and morphologically with Mongoloid Asians. They may have developed a few new haplogroups while living in the Americas, but they still overall cluster with Mongoloid Asians. So white men and Asian men developed civilizations. Australian Aborigines and black Africans did not. And the other groups that cluster with them. Now, when you say men are more intelligent than women and more logical, that, when you're talking about within your own perspective race, that's true. For example, white men are more intelligent than white women. Asian men are more intelligent than Asian women. And a black men may be more intelligent than black women. But black men are not more intelligent than white women or Asian women. So I would much rather have a woman like, say, Ann Coulter, who is logical and intelligent. She herself has said she would rather have women not vote. So that tells me she's a logical woman. I'd much rather have her voting than a black man who is less intelligent. That's the real red pill that you're not getting from these motherfuckers that just want to deal with gender. I'm red pill across the board the way it's supposed to be. MGTOW and dealing with women is just a small, tiny fraction of what red pill encompasses, which is reality. Now I'll get into another point here. Red pill and blue pill. That's it. All these other fucking pills are bullshit. Black pill is bullshit. Red pill is synonymous with facts, truth, and reality. Everything else is blue pill or bullshit. Black pill at best is just redundant. You're just repeating the same shit that red pill already knows. And at worst, it's complete horse shit. There's no need to talk about black pill. It's fucking stupid. And what's going to be next? Rainbow pill for you fucking faggots? You're either red pill or you're blue pill, which is bullshit. Red pill is reality. So, and that's the way you'd have to put things if you're going to be red pill across the board. So these are a few points I wanted to talk about today. I think I covered everything. And that's the problem I have with MGTOW. A lot of the tenets, again, of MGTOW and the manosphere overall, we all share a lot of things in common. But those are my main problems I have with MGTOW. And they're not really red pill across the board. So anyway, that's all I have to say for this. And until next time, ciao.